Shalom, Brother Ayer Bunyan. Come with a lesson. I pray it will be edifying to the flock. Before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. So, this lesson is going into a video I saw a few days ago. I should have did a lesson on it then, but my mind wasn't in the right place. So I thought I'd do it now, since I have time. It's just it's a video I saw on the African Diaspora Network, the channel on YouTube. Check it out. I have a little bit of commentary and a few scriptures to go into. But I found it very interesting. So let me play it.
So on TikTok, a lot of black people, who didn't know, are hurt. They're hurt because a lot of them thought that as a collective, not as individuals, because you remember I always tell y'all, you have individuals that are very great with us and very cool with us, and then you have collectives of people. Well, they have found out that Samoans have a word for black people. They didn't know that. They thought Samoans was, hey, we rock with Samoans. Samoans are great with us, no issue, no problem. But yet they are Samoans that use a particular word for black people, and they just really hurt by that. Let's go ahead and review it.
And I'm not going to play the whole video. The video is like 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Mom used to play, a minute or two of it, snippets, just so you get the context and what the video is going into. But as you see, Samoans have a word for so-called black people. You already know it's going to be some derogatory word, and our people have to understand not just so-called black people, but so-called Hispanics and so-called Native Americans who are Israelites, going back to 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You're not liked by the other nations, okay? You're not liked by them at all. And hopefully this video will help you understand this more for brothers and sisters that's coming into this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hopefully this will help you understand more that other nations hate you. They dislike you.
I just want to take a moment to point out that black people finding out that Samoans have been racist against us, rather than making us angry, has really hurt our feelings. Like, black people are like, damn, I thought you was with us. Like, I thought we was like this. We didn't know. I mean, I think that all black people know that in general, everybody hates us. Everybody thinks it's funny to talk down on us. We're at the bottom of everyone's list. But this one hurt. This one hurt our feelings.
So the word they're using actually translates to black thing in relation to us. And the word they're using is Meauli, M-E-A-U-L-I. That's the word they're using in relation to black people. Now, let me tell y'all something. Some people...
Let me just stop right there. If you look at the word, I know Italians use a word called, they say muli, or they say mulians, referring to black people, so-called black people. And you see that word kind of resembles that a little bit. But yes, I think the word is pronounced Meauli, M-E-A-U, M-E-A-U-I-L-I. I think that's how it was spelled. Let me go back and look right quick.
In the chat, to us, And the word they use is meuli, Meauli.
Yeah, that's right. Meauli. Meuli. So this is just showing you that these other nations outside the nation of Israel, the other nations that are against us. I mean, just through them having their own racist slur shows you this. So that's just something to think about. To wrap your brain around that you're not liked by the other nations. You're hated, and they show you in many ways, but one of them is what they call you. So just, hey, it's something to think about. You brothers and sisters that's new in this truth. You gotta come out of that mindset of how you've been living and how you've been thinking here in America, Babylon, and other parts of the world. You gotta reform your mind to Yahweh Shem Shai's ways, and by doing that, you'll start to see how this world really perceives you and your people. Let me play a little bit more.
That's the word they're using in relation to black people. Now, let me tell y'all something. Some people in the chat, like, oh, why were people always worried about how other people feel about us? Let me tell you something. I had to think about this before I made this commentary. It's not normal for people to have a mass rejection of you when you didn't do them anything. Listen, if you know you did them something, if you know your family did them something, whatever, it makes sense. Human beings, don't do well with a lot of rejection. Rejection can make a person, really lose it sometimes, right? Well, let's look at black people. One thing Dr. King had talked about when it comes to racism is that he said racism is so bad because we can't fix the issue. When somebody don't like you for the color of your skin, there's nothing you can do to change it because they don't like us as black people. And when I start realizing...
Let me stop there. I think that's all I'm gonna play. He's going into that thing about these people dislike us for the color of our skin. It's not based on the color of our skin. It's based on who we go back to, who we are, who our people go back to. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are Israelites. This is the reason why these other nations hate us. It's not based on the color of our skin. It's based on who we are. We're God's chosen people. That's it. Like I said, there's no need to play anymore, because, like I said, these people don't understand the scriptures and understand who we are. So, or if they do, or they did hear this this message, the true gospel, and the breakdown of the Bible, then they would know that we're the Israelites, and this is why these nations hate us. Because who we are. Because God chose us to be his people. Let me get there right quick. There we go. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has made us above all these people, the other nations have they have a hatred or a disdain towards us because we are the chosen people of the one true living God, Yahweh. And because we had particular laws and commandments, that we govern ourselves by, and we weren't getting down with the nonsense they were doing. You know, they have this hatred. You know, King David talked about this. He mentioned this when you go to the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. I'm going to start from verse 2. And it reads, this is King David speaking. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. So he told you that the enemies of the Israelites, they have lifted up their head against them. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Thy people is speaking about are the Israelites. He's mentioning that these people hate Yahweh's, the other nations hate Yahweh's chosen people. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what's going on today in the society we live in. The name of Israel is no more in remembrance by the earth, the people on the earth. First of all, they think the people that's in Israel right now, the ones that call themselves Israeli or Jewish, they think those are God's chosen people, but they're imposters. Pursuant to the prophecies in the Bible, and the historical evidence, we can prove that they're imposters. Okay? So the true people of God are not in remembrance on the earth, which are so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the Israelites that were scattered to the four corners of the earth, pursuant to the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 64th verse, being sold into slavery and scattered. So we look like the other nations. Our people look like other people, other nations. So the name of Israel is not in remembrance on the earth anymore. We read verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. So they came together in one consent to be against the nation of Israel. And this is going back into what the video was going into, talking about Samoans having a racist slur towards so-called black people. They have a racist slur towards so-called black people. You know, because so-called black people are Israelites. You know, and they might not know it themselves, or some might, but they're gonna hate you. They're gonna have their little things they call you, the derogatory terms they're gonna call you, because they came together with one consent and they became a confederacy against the Israelites. Excuse me, slacking. Now, when you go further in, verse 6 and 7 and 8, it tells you the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes. These are all ancient nations of people that still live today. That they might not call themselves these ancient biblical names anymore, but these are still the same people. Edom are the so-called white people. Ishmaelites are the so-called Arabs. Moab are the so-called Chinese. The Hagarenes are Hamites. Going back to one of the four sons of Ham. You know, you have Gebal, Ammon, so-called Japanese, Amalek, the people that call themselves Jewish. You know, they are another tribe of Edom. The Philistines are what you call the Palestinians today, and the inhabitants of Tyre are another Hamites. So, as you see, is mentioned, King David mentioned these different ancient nations that were against the Israelites. And these nations of people are still here today. They just don't go by the ancient biblical nationalities that they went by back then. But they're still here today, and they still hate your guts, you so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans who are Israelites. This is why they have these racist slurs towards you. Okay? So, people feeling some type of way on TikTok. I'm like, oh, we thought the Samoans rocked with us and blah, blah, blah. We thought you were down with us. No one is down with you. Now, the guy that was reporting the article, Philip Scott, what he says about individuals and collectives and things of that nature, he's right. What word I'll use? He's making a little point there. The individual, at the end of the day, the individual more likely hates you too. It's just that they're gonna come at it in a certain way. They're gonna try to trick you to make you think they're down with you, but they're not down with you. You put them in the right situation, they'll prove to you that they're not down with you, and they hate you. The collective is enough of these people that come together that say, "Oh yeah, I hate niggers, and I hate spics and things of that nature. I hate savages and stuff like that. These derogatory terms they call so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans." They're going to come together in the collective, and they feel more emboldened to say these things because they have, in masses you have more power. So yeah, they're going to come out and say how they really feel when it's a big group of them. So really, you can't trust the collective, and you can't trust the individual either. That's really all there is to it. Let me get this scripture right quick. I wasn't going to bring it out, but it popped in my mind, so let me go on and bring it out. Ecclesiastes 12:10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So, you're not supposed to trust your enemy. Because when you start thinking, oh, I thought y'all rocked with us, I thought you was down with our struggle and everything like that, like a lot of so-called black people do, you get that wake-up call from that video. That's a wake-up call to show you that these people don't get down with you. Hey, it is what it is. Maybe that'll get you out that stupid mindset to stop trying to win these people over. And to come back to your God and power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and back to these scriptures, because these scriptures are faithful and true. These scriptures will tell you how this world really is, and how these people don't like you, and how to navigate yourself in this world to the best of your ability. And stop being stupid, and stop trying to cape for everybody, and thinking that these people are down with you. Yahweh Shem Yahushai will get you in order. But at the end of the day, that's how it is. So hopefully that video will help newer brothers and sisters understand that you have no friends out here, even amongst your own people, because 2/3 of your people hate you too. Because Yahushua said it, because for his name's sake, you're gonna be hated among all people. So That's the thing. You're not liked. You're not liked. And now you know more that you're not liked. I had another scripture I want to go into to close out. I'll close out with this. Because like I said, we need to come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his words because they are faithful and true. And these are these scriptures will keep us in order and help us to be able to navigate and to live a better life while we're still here in this hellish captivity in Babylon the Great. But this is Baruch chapter 4, verse 21. Yeah, that's it. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 21. Let me highlight it. It says, Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. So it's telling you that if you're rocking with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and doing his will to the best of your ability, he will keep you from your enemies, which you have enemies, which is the entirety of the earth. All the nations of the earth are your enemies. And as soon as you understand that, the better you will be. The better you will not be in that mindset of thinking what they do in this society we live in now. You know, can't we all just get along? That equality nonsense. You're not equal with these people. You are above them pursuant to Deuteronomy 7th chapter, the 6th verse. It told you. You are above these people. So, keep that in mind. Again, you rock with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's the best thing you can do. So, I mean, that's all I had. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Come out of the mindset of Babylon and come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because that's what's going to keep you secure in these times that we're living in. I pray that was edifying to the flock. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Double honor to Apostle Zealous, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Till next time.